Good morning, boys and girls. Ms. Fogelman here again to talk with you about adding more than two numbers. We are going to continue our conversation we had yesterday about that. So let's begin. Let me share my screen. All right. So like I said, this is second grade math on September 1st. Our learning target for today is the students will continue to work with adding three numbers by finding easier combinations to make. Before we begin today, I do want to go over two more of our math standards. Remember, the math standards are those things that we use to help us become better mathematicians. Number 6 is attend to precision, meaning I can work carefully and always check my work. Remember, it's very important to keep your work neat so that you can read it, and if you have any problems, you know where you might have made a mistake. Number 7 is to make use of structure. I can use what I know to solve new problems. So, for example, what we're learning about today, adding more than two numbers, you could then apply that information to, say, a word problem or some other situation in math. All right, let's continue. Today's problem is we have 8 yellow cubes, 5 red cubes, and 2 green cubes. How many total cubes do we have together? How would you add these numbers? So again, if you remember our conversation yesterday, there are many different ways to get the answer to this question. And it does not matter which order the numbers are in an addition problem, as long as you have all the numbers in the equation. So, but sometimes it's easier to add two numbers together than it is to add two others. So for example, yesterday we talked about how we made another group of 5 so that 5 plus 5 was easy to do. Today, let's take a look at this 8 yellow cubes and this 2 green cubes. If I add the 8 and the 2 together first, I get the number 10. And of course, we know that adding to multiples of 10 is much easier than adding other numbers together. So if I say 8 plus 2, that's 10, then 10 plus 5 is 15. So that was a much easier problem by making that set of 10 first and then adding to the number 5. So as you can see, it's right here. 8 plus 2 equals 10. So we took this 8 and this 2 and we made a 10. And then of course 10 plus 5 is so much easier because we're working with that multiple of 10. So this would of course be the easiest way to add those three numbers together. And really that's what you should be looking for when you're adding more than two numbers together. Is there a combination you can make which will make the problem easier for you? So why are groups of 10 easier to add? We know that one of the first things we learn as a mathematician is counting by tens. And so adding groups of 10 together are much easier because you can count by tens, 10, 20, 30, which is one of the first things that you learn how to do. Another thing is adding 10 and another number is easier because we know if we're adding 10 to a single digit number, all we're doing is changing that ones digit. So 10 plus 1, you're changing this to a 1, which makes 11. That's why it's so much easier to add numbers to 10. All right, well, that is it for us today. Make sure you get on Seesaw and do your assignment and keep working hard. Have a good day, everyone.